It's Felice here, and I'm happy to be back. Today, I did a lot of soul searching, and I always check in with myself before I upload a video because I like to make sure I'm maintaining integrity with what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. And what that is just to give other people with chronic diseases and diabetes a voice who may not have a voice, and to lend insight to everyone involved across the whole spectrum of living with diabetes, from patients to providers, etc., etc. So the first thing I want to talk about is paying attention to your body. Had I not paid attention to my body, I would not be here, in a nutshell. So our bodies do things to get our attention. And fortunately for me, I was able to get that taken care of. But a lot of people do not survive. And it's important just to know and care enough about yourself to see about yourself. So, part of what I consider in my discussions may make some feel uncomfortable. But the only way we can resolve issues and have positive change is to talk about what makes us uncomfortable. I'll give you some examples. When you're in a hospital, and these are tips to help you if and when you're hospitalized. Make sure your nurse brings you a tray for a person with diabetes. And if she has not, let her know you need one. Don't try to eat it. You make yourself worse off. Nurses are overwhelmed and often stressed out with the caseload and the acuity level of patients. And I hope, because I'm a nurse, I'm one of the tribe. At least I thought I was one of the tribe. When I tell you that, why are you giving me medication in a solution of D5, dextrose, sugar water, and I'm a type 1? Y'all not giving me enough of my insulin? I'm telling you, and you saying okay and ignoring me. I thought I was a part of the tribe. My blood sugars are going up so high, I'm threatening an ICU stay. And you know I'm a tenured registered nurse specializing in diabetes education and care, and lived with it for 45 years and told you. How dare you disrespect my humanity? How dare you tell me that you have to wait for a resident to call you to tell me how much insulin I need when I know how much insulin I need, and you wait 6 hours and nothing happened. And I'm a part of your tribe. And I live to this day to help people with diabetes have a better life. How dare you be upset that my blood sugars are elevated and it may prolong my hospital stay, and you may have another patient that you thought might have been going home. And how dare you say damn because you're mad that a blood sugar was above 200. But fortunately for the patient, her medical physician knew that she could take care of herself better at a goddamn house. How dare you damage the sanctity of all the people who legitimately love and care for their patients, because it's always a small few who make everybody look bad. But you really look bad. for people to be trying to recover, feeling powerless in a preventable situation. You know, providers, think about why you do what you do. I think about why I do what I do. If I can't have a patient or a client feel better from being around me, then I'm failing. If I have a sick person around me and I make them feel worthless and subhuman just because I don't feel like doing something, I don't know how. And that's another thing. These hospital systems, y'all need to teach your nurses better about diabetes. I don't know how else to put it. Because I know I've had nurses confide in me that they don't know how to manage it. But they knew I would teach them and they wouldn't get written up because they didn't know how to do something that is a requirement of the job. I have to be the one. I have to be the bad guy. I have to be the heavy because I'm the only one that's going to open my mouth and talk about this. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about what can be done better for people with diabetes so they're not calling the doctor's office and the CNA is giving them the wrong insulin. And then they're going to the doctor feeling frustrated and getting told off, or going to the hospital and exacerbating another condition. We got to do better. And it ain't all we. It's some of us, enough of us, to do better. Uncontrolled, elevated, erratic blood sugars can open a doorway for a cascade of horrible things, including death. Think about why you do what you do. If you go to work and you make your patients feel bad, think about how horrible that is. When you go to work because you want to go home and you want to watch the LSU game, so you let all your patients go by the wayside so you could watch them win a championship. You don't give a care. Because the only thing that matters is you doing and getting what you want and going home. And getting a day over and getting a paycheck. Yeah, I'm going hard. And if you feeling a certain kind of way hearing this, then you need to check yourself because that's what that is. Give somebody a whole gram of morphine and make them walk damn near half a city block to another area. And you ain't even escorting them. And you don't even know if they made it to the area that you bringing them in because the door slammed in their face and a hospital employee had to let them in. Where am I? When you don't even know when the EMTs come to transfer the patient, who the patient is. So the patient gave report on herself. Don't even. The day that I find that acceptable is the day that I've completely sold myself, my creator, my purpose short. And maybe part of my purpose of being here is I just got to be straight up because we got to talk about these things. It ain't about blaming. It ain't about, oh, girl, go get you a lawsuit. I don't need a lawsuit. I need people's behavior, understanding, and compassion to change. Let me show you how I can help you make it better. A person who sits down and criticizes without a solution is just blowing hot air. But let's sit down, let's talk, let's get a dialogue. How can we make this better? Because without all the stress and the pressure, if people really in the wellness realm got to practice the way they really wanted to, when they went to school and when they were fresh and before they got tainted, man, the human race would be just ridiculous. These are my feelings and my judgments, my experiences and my observations. And I own them. I own them. And they say have no expectations. Something has to change.